Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Arizona Unplugged channel. What's up, Nova? Good girl. And all the birds. So, another day working on the tractor with the kids. I did this. What is that, Vaughn? Well, I don't know yet. I just cleared this area out. I may end up putting this tank right here. So next to the power water room, I can add on an addition, and I could do my rabbit hutches here. Not real sure yet. I don't know what I want to do with this yet. I just wanted to level this area out just because of runoff when it rains real heavy. I wanted kind of a catchment area, but I'm not real sure what I'm going to do. So I don't know if you remember, but that rock wall used to come out like that, and then it sloped uphill there. So took all the rocks, dug that slope out. So this is all level here underneath the power water room here. So again, don't know what I want to do with this yet, but I'm sure it'll come to me. So just a lot more clearing. Come up here to the orchard. That's primarily where we spent the day today. So these two little machines, this little mini excavator and this little front loader, man, it's been really just kicking butt here. So I'm very thankful for my neighbor to bring these over in exchange for some plumbing work I did at his house. So good deal for me, and I guess for him too. So here's the orchard. I don't know if you guys remember it before. I took out the stumps that were here, the trees, leveled it out pretty darn nice, and then the girls came with some steel rakes and actually raked the whole thing out. Man, I'm pretty impressed. I haven't seen it since they finished. This is pretty nice. Pretty much at this point, guys, we are ready for irrigation. We're ready to bring some water lines out here. This looks really good. I should be able to fit probably 16 trees here, fruit trees, spaced every 10 or 12 feet apart. But man, that turned out nice. Made a little peninsula here. This is above grade, above this grade, and it's also above this grade. What is this, you may ask? Well, this is where we're going to take these cinder blocks and we're going to build 3 composting chambers, 3 boxes, concrete cinder block boxes. I don't know if I'm going to put them there or if I'm going to put them here. I haven't decided yet. Why 3? Well, we're ready for 1 now. We got a big pile of compost sitting right behind me. That still needs to age for a year. You should always age it at least a year. So box number 1 will have the stuff that we have already, and then we're going to start immediately filling box number 2. And then when box number 1 is ready, box number 2 should be about full. We'll let that age, and then the year after that, we'll start on box number 3, and just kind of rotate the compost. Compost is key when it comes to gardening. Good composted soil equals good, healthy, more pest resilient plants. So it all starts here, guys. It all starts in the ground. Whatever you put your plants in, that will dictate your success or failure, really. But yeah, this is the orchard area. This is looking nice. You can see garden place number 2 is that one right here. And garden place number 1 is right outside the shop here. And of course, where the tractors are sitting, that's where our livestock is going to go. So, like I said, we're pretty much ready for water lines. At least the majority of them can be done. Now, I still need to figure out where I want to put planter boxes. I'm doing raised bed gardens. And I may be doing some in-ground as well. Not sure yet, but we have plenty of space to kind of do whatever we want. So we're really looking forward to that. So I may start trenching tomorrow. I do have some 1-inch and 3/4 PEX water lines. So my plan as of right now is to have multiple water lines coming out here. The majority of the water being used for this garden is going to come from over there. You can see those IBC totes, a little bit blurry, probably because my hand's in the way. Yep. So that's going to be my gray water treatment area. I'm going to treat gray water. I'm going to pump it up here, bring a line over here, and then into the trees, bring a line here. And also, you need water for compost, don't forget. So a line there, and then I'll probably come down this road here, and then get this will be at the end of the run. I'm not real sure. I may just come across here, come right inside of this bed, down here, and then reach it over there. I don't know. I haven't mapped it out yet. But that's gray water. I'm also going to have filtered water from the power water room right there. It's already stubbed out. It's a 1-inch line or a 3/4 line already stubbed out. That's filtered rainwater. It's going to be used for our birds, our ducks, chickens, and turkeys. And one single line will also come up here just for the animals. I want the animals to have really clean water, so that's going to be filtered rainwater that the animals will drink. And then before the filter, I also have a 1-inch valve over there. That's going to be backup water, pressurized rainwater that will also go to all these garden areas. Just in case there's a problem with the gray water and I'm not able to use it, I can still water all my plants with all these big 2,500 gallon tanks that I have. So multiple ways of getting water out here. I'm a big proponent of backups for backups. Last thing I want is for something to happen with the water system that I'm primarily using and not be able to water my plants on a hot summer's day and have everything die. That would not be good. So 3 different types of water will be out here. Filtered rainwater, unfiltered rainwater, and treated gray water will all be out here. So really happy with what the kids did here. That looks really, really nice. Now we just need to do the rest. I made a mess of this today, bringing more dirt from that area right there where you see that blue tarp. So again, not sure what I'm going to do right there, that little leveled off area. Oh, I also chose against moving these retaining walls. I always talked about right there at the corner of that post, putting the retaining wall here and taking all this soil out and leveling it out, just so that this road comes in past the house straight all the way up to the stumps. But I decided against it. The reason being is I kind of really like the way this looks with all these angles and radiuses and whatnot. It kind of looks more organic that way. It's not like a modernized, mechanized homestead or farm or ranch. It's more of a, I don't know, more of a home job, you know. Now, I'm not artistic at all. Other than being a musician, I can't draw, I can't paint, you know, that type of thing. So I'm kind of letting the artsy side out, you know, having these rounded corners, not squared off. This, I don't know if you could tell, but it kind of swooshes that way. And most of the walls around here are like that. They have turns in it. You can see this one comes out at an angle. And then that one I just did today, it's a rounded corner. So keeping these rounded corners, I think it's going to kind of bring in the less modern look and more of a traditional kind of something, you know, an artist would do, kind of stylized. I'm kind of taking a page out of the book of my buddy Doug and Carrie over at Two Rebels Off Grid. If you don't know who that is, do yourself a favor, go check out their channel if you're into homesteading, especially if you're into homesteading off grid with an artistic touch. These guys are doing some really cool buildings over there. They're building out of stone. It looks really cool. So go check it out. Two Rebels Off Grid. I'll put a link to their latest video in the description of this video. Doug and Carrie are top shelf people. I really like these guys. They're just super nice. I actually hung out with Doug a few days ago down in Tombstone. I took the kids. We went and did a couple of day road trip down to southern Arizona. And one of our trips, one of our destinations was Tombstone, Arizona. You guys all seen the movie. I love Tombstone. That is one of my favorite places to go. We went to Big Nose Kate's restaurant right there and had Had some drinks, had some hot wings, and got to hang out with Doug over at Two Rebels Off Grid. It was great. Great seeing him again. Go check out their channel. Once again, a link to their channel is in the description. Just really top shelf people, no doubt. So with the Tombstone visit, which I've been to quite a few times before, and I enjoy going to Tombstone very, very much. Very much. It's my kind of place. In contrast to that, we also went to a nearby town nearby the Tombstone called Bisbee. Bisbee is a famous mining town. They mined copper primarily, I believe. Probably gold and silver too, I wouldn't doubt. Tombstone is definitely silver town. But Bisbee, my first time there, I've always wanted to go there, and I finally went there, and I'm never going back there. The town itself was really cool. Late 1800s, this town was built. It's a mining town, and the buildings themselves, the architecture, everything like that was great. But the people that were there are not my type of people. Unlike Tombstone, where they're all cowboys, Bisbee is more of your, how do I say this without hurting feelings? More the hippie type of person, which I don't really have that much of a problem with hippies, but you know, a lot of people, their sexual preference does not align with my morals. I saw some stuff, and unfortunately the kids saw some stuff too that is just not wholesome, not very family oriented, and they're just not my kind of people, guys. I just want to leave it like that. I don't want to offend anybody, but there's just certain people that I feel do a disservice to myself and my family for just being around them. I don't want their ideology to be around me at all, and I definitely don't want it around my kids. So I'll never go back there again to Bisbee. I will absolutely go to Tombstone. But yeah, just the type of people that are there, just not my cup of tea, guys. And that's just my opinion. You guys go check it out, see what you think. For me and mine, we'll just go to Tombstone. We'll go hang out at Big Nose Kate's and have some hot wings and some whiskey and have a good old time. So that's what we did last week. Really fun road trip. But yeah, this is looking really, really nice. Gonna start running water lines. Right here is gonna be a gate, because over there, I haven't mentioned this before, so that's the addition we put on last year. Those two tanks were sitting on that deck. We moved the two tanks down on its own place and closed that deck into a storage. But now, off of the top of the storage, I'm gonna run a roof, and then down at that fence of the kennel, dog kennel, that's gonna be like an indoor-outdoor garage. We're calling it the garden garage. That's where we're gonna park a side-by-side once we buy one. But that way we can load up whatever we need, tools, soil, whatever. All our gardening stuff will be in there. We'll put it in the side-by-side, and we'll be able to drive it up this road through the gate and basically get to anywhere and of any of these beds with equipment, with tools. And that's just gonna make our long-term goals a lot more feasible, a lot easier. It's nice when you have everything right there. You don't have to go searching for anything. Everything has its place, and it'll be sheltered in that garden garage. The wife also wants me to build a little mini garden garage right here with a gate to have, you know, basic hand tools and whatnot, so we can come out of the house, grab our tools and our gloves, and go work in the garden right here. So still not sure how I'm going to do that part yet, but I will figure it out. That's the whole way of life out here, is just figuring it out. You know, there's no I can't out here. It's, well, if I don't know how to do it, I'll just figure it out. We'll make it work. That's just the way it is. So I'll cut the video here, guys. I'm cooking the kids dinner. It's probably 4 or 5 o'clock here in beautiful northern Arizona. You can see it's just a beautiful sunny day. It's actually warm out here. It's probably, I would say, at least 65, 70 degrees out here. I mean, at the end of February, come on, I'll take this all day long. Beautiful, beautiful working weather. The garden areas are just looking phenomenal. I'm sure this video does not do it justice, but I'm so happy with the progress here. Next is water lines. After water lines, it's going to be a big project, and that's all the fences and gates. We will not put plant one in the ground until this thing is fenced off from all the deer, the elk, and everything else that lives out here. Bear, everything lives out here. And they all want to eat my tomatoes. So gates, fences, and all that good stuff. Need to get that going after water lines. So water lines is next. I don't think I have enough PEX to do this whole area. I'll need quite a few 100 feet for all of this. But at least with that little mini excavator, I can get all my trenching done pretty easily, quickly. Put as much PEX as I have in the ground, and then I'll have to make a Home Depot run, go buy some more. So some of this will be 3/4, and most of this will be 1 inch. All the gray water will be 1 inch, and the filtered rainwater will be 3/4, because that's only going to the birds and the livestock that's going to be behind us. And then right on the other side of that tarp is a 1 inch unfiltered rainwater that will be my backup. So you might be asking, Vaughn, what's that tarp for? Well, it was raining, and right below that tarp is my pump box, my electrical pump box, and I didn't want any water going down in there. I am on my backup pump now, the one that I had originally seized up. It's destroyed. I have it for parts. That's the backup, and I have already purchased, and it's in that room, another one, so it'll be my third pump as a backup for my backup. So I know, a little redundant, but when you live out here and you're a 3 or 4 hour one-way trip to go get another pump, it's just not worth it for a couple $100. Pick one up when you're in town, store it, you'll need it eventually. And the cat's up there on the excavator. So I'll cut the video here, guys. If you're into this homesteading lifestyle, this off-grid lifestyle, please consider subscribing. We are 100% on rainwater, 100% on solar and generator backup. This house did come with a septic. A lot of our trash is either recycled. All the cardboard and paper we burn in our wood stove to start fires, and then any plastics, stuff like that, we take to the dump. We do a pretty good job on our sifting through our trash. I took a dump run a week ago, I would think, a week and a half ago, and before that I hadn't gone in over a month, and we only had I think 5 or 6 bags. So we try to limit our waste here for sure. So anyways, like I said, if you guys are new here, please consider subscribing, hit that thumbs up, and go check out Two Rebels Off Grid. Doug and Carrie, great people, and they're building some awesome stuff down at their place. Really phenomenal. So hope you guys are doing well. I will see you on the next one. Later.